Hi, and welcome to Take 5 from 12-Minute Tutor, our twice-a-month video journal offering a 5-minute answer to a key industry question. I'm Jay Minucci from Service Agility, and our question today is, how should I measure adherence? Let's get right into that with an example. You can see here a schedule that we've given to someone. They start at 8 o'clock, they end at noon that day, they've got a break from 10 to 10:15. If you add up that time, it says, okay, we're looking for 225 minutes of man time from this particular person. Now, what actually happened? Well, came in 2 minutes late, logged off 8 minutes late for their break, took a 16-minute break, not a 15-minute break, and then closed the day out 3 minutes early. Pretty common. Add those minutes up across, what do you get? 219 minutes of man time. So that's what actually happened. We were looking for 225 minutes according to our schedule. Now, let's look at two of the two most common ways to address this from a calculation perspective. I'm going to use the terms adherence and compliance. Don't get too hung up on them because different workforce management systems calculate differently. They use different terms. But I'm going to use adherence to mean I only care about the totals. I'm going to use compliance to mean I care about the timing. So I'm not going to give you credit for man time that you give me outside of scheduled time. And that's the difference between the two. So let's see then how they calculate these numbers. Both adherence and compliance say, hey, you logged on 2 minutes late. We're going to ding you for that. Adherence says, hey, you gave me 8 minutes from 10 to 10:08. I didn't ask for it, but I'll take it and I'll give you credit for it. Compliance says, no way, I didn't ask for it, you don't get credit for it. Both adherence and compliance say, you came back 9 minutes late from break, and of course they both say, you logged off 3 minutes early. So, if you add that line across for adherence, -2 plus 8, -9, -3, you get a -6. You take 6 from 225, that's going to be 219. 219 divided by 225 gives you a 97% adherence rate. Add up compliance going across. -2, 0, -9, -3. You get a -14. You take that from the 225 total. You have 211 divided by 225. You get about a 94%. So about 3 percentage points lower. And that's pretty common when you look at those two calculations. Okay, so that's our example. Which one do you use? Well, the difference obviously was in how they treated that late log off for break. Okay, now the common approach here, most people say use compliance. It's a complete measure because it includes the timing of what's going on, and we care about timing in call centers, right? So people that just decide to log off late or log off early, that we're not going to credit the wrong behavior when we use compliance. True enough. I'm going to try and convince you to use adherence, and here's why. Adherence doesn't penalize the right behavior. So look back at that. This person logged off 8 minutes late for a break, right? Most of the time when that happens, it was because somebody stayed on their schedule, got a call right before break, took it through to completion, and that's what made them log off late, and that's exactly what we want them to do. So we don't want to penalize the right behavior. And you can see each of these calculations does have a problem. Adherence runs the risk of crediting the wrong behavior. Compliance runs the risk of penalizing the right behavior. Between the two, I think penalizing the right behavior is far worse because most of our agents try to do the right thing most of the time. Now, for those that think, yeah, but that still bothers me, well, you can use compliance to identify those that may be freelancing their time. Okay, now how do you do that? Well, you're still measuring to adherence and giving an adherence objective, but what you do then is you actually add that compliance in, you measure them both, look at the delta between the two, and find those people where the variance between them is too large because they could be freelancing. So that's my take on calculating adherence. Please feel free, get in on this discussion. Members of 12-Minute Tutor, log on, post your input on our message board. And if you're not a member, come join us. You can get started for free, 12minutetutor.com.